Hello everyone. Did you know that lobsters are one of the most premium seafood delicacies, often called the old warriors of the ocean, because of their incredible lifespan and resilience? Every year, American fishermen harvest a record-breaking 168 million pounds of lobster. The secret of American fishermen lies in massive fishing boats, sophisticated traps deep under the sea where lobsters await, and the skillful hands of experienced fishermen. Once caught, lobsters are quickly transported to modern processing plants, where they are trimmed, cooked, and flash frozen to lock in their freshness and delicious flavor. This meticulous process ensures that lobster products meet the highest quality standards before reaching consumers around the world. Now let's dive deep into the ocean with agriculture insight and follow the journey of lobsters from the sea to your plate. Let's get started. Lobsters are the warriors of the sea, known for their unique ability to move backward. They wear a tough shell and boast powerful claws. Typically, lobsters range from 8 to 24 inches in length, and it usually takes them about 5 to 7 years to grow to a legal harvestable size, depending on factors like water temperature, nutrition, and living conditions. With a hefty price of about $11.50 per pound, lobsters contribute to an industry worth over $1 billion in the US each year. But why are lobsters so expensive? It's not just their incredible taste, it's the challenging process of catching them. Fishermen brave harsh ocean conditions, rely on specialized techniques, and need a great deal of patience to harvest these prized crustaceans. As the first rays of summer sunshine hit the waters, Maine fishermen gear up for their hunt for the treasures of the sea, lobsters. This is prime lobster season, when these crustaceans are most active, making it the perfect time to drop traps and begin a grueling but rewarding journey. To ensure a successful fishing trip, the crew carefully prepares bait, usually herring or cod, often salted to preserve it and enhance its scent, making it more attractive to lobsters, and places it inside large lobster traps. The boats also undergo thorough maintenance and are equipped with powerful winch systems, ready to take on the vast ocean. Once everything is set, the lobster boats leave the harbor and head to deep waters where lobsters thrive. When they reach the fishing grounds, the crew lowers specially designed traps that attract lobsters. These traps, typically made of netting or other sturdy materials, are built in a way that allows lobsters to crawl in but makes it difficult for them to escape. They are placed at depths ranging from 30 to 50 feet, depending on the seabed's terrain and the lobster's behavior. After setting the traps, the crew marks their locations with floating buoys, making them easy to retrieve later. Depending on the size of the vessel and the efficiency of the crew, they can set up to 200 traps or more in a single day, ensuring a productive haul when the traps are retrieved. After waiting for a few hours or overnight, the crew starts retrieving the traps. This process requires coordination and skill, especially when the sea is rough. The traps are pulled up either manually or using a mechanical winch, depending on the boat's equipment. Once the traps are brought on deck, the crew quickly opens them and empties the lobsters onto the sorting table. On deck, the lobsters are sorted based on size, gender, and overall condition. Regulations require that only lobsters measuring between 3.25 and 5 inches from the eye socket to the carapace can be kept. Lobsters that meet the size requirements and are not carrying eggs are kept for sale. Undersized lobsters, oversized ones, and those carrying eggs are returned to the ocean to help sustain the lobster population and ensure the long-term health of the fishery. After sorting, the lobsters are placed in special containers filled with clean seawater and equipped with an aeration system to keep them alive. This step is crucial to ensure the lobsters stay fresh until they reach the docks. Time is of the essence. Crew members work non-stop, often 16 to 20 hours a day, to make sure the lobsters are handled and stored properly. Besides using traps to catch lobsters, some American fishermen actually dive into the ocean to harvest them for high-end dining experiences. This method is typically used in shallow waters where lobsters hide in rocky crevices or coral reefs. Before diving, fishermen need to gear up with the right equipment, including a wetsuit, mask, snorkel, fins, and an air tank. They also wear protective gloves to avoid injuries while catching lobsters and carry a mesh bag or basket to store their catch. Fishermen dive to the right depth, usually between 10 and 30 feet, where lobsters are commonly found. They search for lobsters hiding in rocky crevices or small caves. When they spot one, they approach slowly and carefully to avoid scaring it away. Using either their hands or a specialized tool, they firmly grasp the lobster's body or claws and place it into their mesh bag. At the processing facility, lobsters are checked for temperature and overall health, then sorted by size and quality. Those that meet the standards are placed in containers and transferred to large tanks equipped with aeration and a circulating seawater system. This setup provides oxygen, maintains proper salinity levels, and keeps the temperature stable, creating an ideal environment for the lobsters before processing or shipping. Technicians regularly take water samples from the tanks to check key indicators like pH levels, salinity, temperature, and dissolved oxygen. These tests ensure that the water conditions remain optimal for the lobster's health. After storage and inspection, the lobsters go through another round of sorting based on their exact size and weight. The ones that meet the standards are packed live in insulated cartons with foam lining. To maintain a stable low temperature during transit, each box typically includes cold gel packs. Finally, the lobsters are distributed to restaurants and supermarkets nationwide or exported to international markets. Maintaining a continuous cold chain throughout transportation is crucial to preserving the lobster's top quality until they reach consumers. At the frozen lobster body processing plant, the first step is receiving live, fresh lobsters, which are then stored in a cold room at around 32 gravures to maintain their freshness before processing. Next, the lobsters go through a high-pressure processing (HPP) system, which separates the meat from the shell efficiently without using heat. This method helps preserve the natural flavor and nutritional value of the lobster. The process typically takes around 3 to 5 minutes, depending on the size of the lobster. Once the HPP process is complete, the lobsters are divided into separate parts: body, claws, and head. Each part goes through its own processing steps to ensure top quality. The lobster body meat is then rapidly frozen at 40 degrees Fahrenheit using a quick freezing system. This ensures the meat reaches the necessary freezing point, preventing bacterial growth and locking in its fresh taste. After that, the frozen lobster bodies move along a conveyor belt to the automatic sorting area. Here, they are sorted by size and weight to ensure consistency across each batch. Once sorted, the lobster bodies are packed directly into specialized cardboard boxes designed to protect the product during shipping and storage. Finally, the packed boxes are neatly stacked on pallets and moved into cold storage, where they are kept at -0.4 degrees Fahrenheit. This ensures the lobster bodies maintain their highest quality until they reach consumers, meeting the strict standards of the export market. Additionally, the lobster bodies and claws are further processed into convenient packs of lobster meat, catering to consumer demand for high-quality seafood products. Additionally, the lobster bodies and claws continue to be processed into convenient packs of lobster meat to meet the growing consumer demand. At this stage, the meat can be extracted either raw or after being cooked. For the raw lobster meat extraction process, the lobster first undergoes a gentle heat treatment to facilitate the separation of the meat from the shell. The tails and claws are then carefully removed to preserve the meat's structure, preventing damage and ensuring premium quality, fresh lobster meat. On average, a trained worker can extract meat from 100 to 150 lobsters per hour using specialized tools. After extraction, the lobster meat is carefully arranged into specialized trays and then vacuum sealed to maintain freshness, prevent oxidation, and extend its shelf life. Finally, the vacuum-packed lobster meat is subjected to UV sterilization or cold treatment to eliminate bacteria without compromising product quality, ensuring a safe and high-quality final product. For the cooked lobster meat extraction process, the first step is steaming the lobsters at around 212 degrees Fahrenheit for 8 to 10 minutes, depending on their size, to ensure the meat is fully cooked while preserving its natural flavor. After steaming, the lobsters are quickly cooled by either submerging them in cold water or using a specialized cooling system. Next, workers carefully extract the meat from the hard shell, making sure it stays intact and undamaged. This process requires precision and skill to keep the meat's natural structure and quality. Once removed, the lobster meat is placed in specialized plastic bags and vacuum sealed to eliminate any air inside. Vacuum sealing helps prevent oxidation, slow bacterial growth, and keep the lobster fresh and flavorful for a longer period. After being vacuum sealed and packaged, the lobster meat bags are chilled to around 32 degrees before undergoing high-pressure processing. Once the HPP process is complete, the lobster meat bags are placed into styrofoam boxes with gel packs or dry ice to maintain a stable cold temperature. This ensures the product quality remains intact during transportation to distribution centers or storage facilities before reaching consumers. But that's not the end of the story. Lobster heads are also put to good use in producing high-quality lobster soup. After being thoroughly cleaned, the lobster heads are cooked to enhance their flavor. Then finely ground to extract a rich, nutrient-packed broth with the distinctive taste of fresh seafood. The final lobster soup is packaged in sterilized bags or bottles and stored at cold temperatures to maintain its freshness and ensure food safety. Meanwhile, lobster shells are also repurposed for various applications. They can be processed into chitin and chitosan, valuable compounds used in food, pharmaceuticals, and biodegradable materials. Additionally, the shells can be ground into powder for use as an animal feed supplement or incorporated into organic fertilizers to enrich the soil with essential nutrients. Lobsters aren't just a big deal for the U.S. economy, they also make for some of the most mouth-watering dishes on dinner tables across the country. Every August, visitors can join the Maine Lobster Festival in Rockland, a lively event featuring parades, games, outdoor concerts, and of course, the famous lobster eating contest to see who can devour lobsters the fastest. The festival also hosts craft booths, jewelry stands, and art exhibits, offering a rich cultural experience for attendees. With legs stretching up to 6 feet and an average weight of 9 to 11 pounds, some even reaching a massive 26 pounds, king crabs truly live up to their royal name. Every year, American fishermen harvest king crab, generating an impressive $106 million in revenue, making it one of the most economically valuable seafood products. But why is king crab so expensive? It's not just about its exquisite taste. The challenging and extreme conditions of harvesting play a major role. Fishermen brave towering waves, freezing ice, and brutal weather in one of the toughest jobs on the planet. At its peak, the king crab fishing industry recorded a staggering fatality rate of 128 deaths per 100,000 fishermen, making it one of the most dangerous professions in the world. Facing icy waters and powerful waves, these fishermen encounter relentless danger, turning each catch into a true test of skill and survival. As winter blankets Alaska, even the raging waves cannot deter the brave fishermen on their quest to capture the king of the ocean. This is the moment when king crabs emerge from their deep burrows in search of abundant food and to prepare for the spawning season. They migrate to shallow waters, a golden opportunity for fishermen to drop their traps, marking the beginning of a thrilling and challenging hunt. Before heading out to sea, the crew must carefully prepare the bait, usually herring or cod, placing it inside massive crab traps weighing over 600 pounds. The boats must also be reinforced and equipped with powerful hydraulic winches, ready to battle the unforgiving ocean. The hunt officially begins when the boat reaches deep offshore waters where king crabs gather. Crew members work together to hoist the massive traps, pack them with bait, and drop them to the ocean floor at depths ranging from 600 to 800 feet. Each trap is attached to a floating buoy, allowing the crew to retrieve them after several hours or even days of waiting. The results are always unpredictable. Sometimes, a single night is enough for the traps to be filled to the brim with king crabs. But other times, They come up empty, forcing the fishermen to move elsewhere and try their luck again.
Empty! No crab!
After a long wait, the boat returns to the trap site to harvest the first batch of crabs. Hauling the traps is no easy task. The cages are covered in mud, seaweed, and can weigh over 1,200 pounds when pulled from the water. A hydraulic winch system is used to lift the traps onto the deck, but that's when the real work begins for the crew. They must quickly open the trap lids and empty the crabs onto the sorting table, all while the waves continue crashing against the boat. The giant crabs thrash around, and their sharp claws can cause serious injuries if handled improperly. Not every crab meets the standards for processing. Right on the deck, the crabs are measured, checked for gender, and inspected for quality. Only mature male crabs with a minimum shell size of 6.5 inches are kept. Smaller crabs and females are released back into the ocean to help sustain the future population of king crabs. This process must be done quickly and accurately, as every second counts. The boat is constantly rocked by powerful waves, and the risk of accidents is always present. With freezing temperatures, icy seawater, and relentless waves, the crew must work 16 to 20 hours a day, with little to no time for rest. Every task must be done efficiently and precisely, because if the crabs are not handled correctly, they can die on board, leading to huge losses. Once sorting is complete, the live crabs are transferred to seawater tanks on the boat to keep them fresh until they reach the port. After days drifting on the open sea, the final batches of live king crabs are finally brought ashore, where processing plants are ready to receive them. Each trip can haul in tons of crabs, earning fishermen tens of thousands of dollars. But there are times when they return with empty pots, losing just as much on operational costs. That's the gamble of the fishing industry, where people risk everything against nature to make a living. And that, my friends, is why king crab is not just a luxury dish. It is a symbol of hard work, bravery, and perseverance of the fishermen of Alaska. As soon as the boats dock, the crabs are swiftly transported to the processing plant, where they are placed directly into seawater tanks to maintain their freshness. Workers conduct a final sorting round, carefully checking size, weight, and overall quality. This strict selection process ensures that only the highest quality king crabs make it through, preserving their exceptional taste before moving on to the next processing stages. After being meticulously sorted, king crabs are processed while still alive to preserve their peak freshness. Depending on market demand, they are categorized into three main product lines: whole king crab legs, and king crab meat. For king crab legs, skilled workers use specialized knives to separate the body, remove the shell and body sections, retaining only the legs and claws, the most economically valuable parts. Even a minor mistake during the cutting process can damage the delicate crab meat, compromising its quality and causing significant waste. In some modern processing plants, cutting crab legs is fully automated using robotic systems, optimizing both speed and precision. With the support of sensor-driven software, these robotic arms can process thousands of pounds of crab per hour, ensuring high production efficiency while maintaining perfect quality for each king crab leg. Once cleaned, the crab legs are transferred into a steam or boiling water cooking system, where the temperature is carefully controlled at 200 degrees Fahrenheit for 12 to 15 minutes. This step is crucial in evenly cooking the crab meat, preserving its natural sweetness and tender texture. Immediately after cooking, the crab legs are transferred to a cold water tank maintained at 33 degrees Fahrenheit, stopping the cooking process and rapidly reducing the temperature to a safe level before freezing. After pre-chilling, the crab legs are submerged in a super cold brine solution at -2 degrees Fahrenheit, 2 degrees Fahrenheit, rapidly freezing them while preserving their plump and tender texture. Next, the crab legs are dipped into a cold water bath to create a protective layer called glaze. This coating helps prevent direct exposure to air, reducing moisture loss and preserving the crab's natural freshness. The glaze typically accounts for 5 to 7% of the total weight, playing a crucial role in maintaining the vibrant color and high quality of the product throughout the freezing process. Finally, the king crab legs are vacuum sealed and carefully packed into insulated cartons, each weighing 20 pounds for optimal preservation and easy transportation. These boxes are then stored in cold storage at +20 degrees Fahrenheit, keeping the crab's freshness intact for up to 2 years. From here, they are shipped to luxury restaurants, supermarkets, and retail stores worldwide, ready to deliver an exquisite seafood experience straight from the ocean. Did you know that in American cuisine, king crab is not just a dish, it's a full sensory experience? Steamed king crab legs, dipped in garlic butter, retain their natural sweetness, blending perfectly with the rich melted butter and a hint of fresh lemon for a burst of flavor. For a refreshing option, king crab salad combines sweet, firm crab meat with creamy avocado and a zesty lemon olive oil dressing. With its delicate flavors and luxurious texture, king crab is always the star of any premium seafood feast.